but it had also raised new questions. Yuzo wondered if she was truly in control of her powers, or if they were controlling her. She felt like she was walking a tightrope, balancing between her desire to live a normal life and the darkness that seemed to be pulling her in. As the days passed, Yuzo's relationships with Jamila and Kofi deepened. Jamila seemed to understand Yuzo in ways that no one else could, and Yuzo felt drawn to her mysterious powers. But Kofi's secrets and motives made Yuzo wary, and she didn't know if she could trust him. The villagers' hostility towards Yuzo grew, and she began to feel like an outcast. They would whisper to each other when she passed by, and some even called for her to be banished from the village. Yuzo's parents tried to defend her, but they were increasingly worried about her behavior. One night, Yuzo had a terrifying vision. She saw herself losing control completely, biting and infecting others, and causing chaos and destruction. She woke up in a cold sweat, feeling like she was running out of time. Mama Eo sensed Yuzo's distress and sat her down for a talk. "You are at a crossroads, Yuzo," she said. "You can choose to give in to your darker impulses, or you can fight to control them. But know this, the choice you make will have consequences, not just for yourself, but for those around you." Yuzo knew that Mama Eo was right. She had to make a choice, and she had to make it soon. But as she looked out at the darkness gathering around her, she couldn't shake the feeling that her fate was already sealed. The stakes were high, and the outcome was far from certain. Would Yuzo be able to master her powers and find a way to live with her condition, or would she succumb to the darkness that seemed to be closing in around her? The suspense was palpable, and Yuzo's future hung precariously in the balance. As Yuzo struggled to come to terms with her condition, she began to realize that she was not alone. There were others like her, others who had walked this path before. And there were those who would stop at nothing to exploit her powers for their own gain. Yuzo's journey was fraught with danger, but she knew that she had to keep moving forward. She had to find a way to control her powers, to navigate the complex web of alliances and rivalries that seemed to be pulling her in different directions. The darkness seemed to be calling to her, and Yuzo knew that she had to answer. But as she stood at the edge of the unknown, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being pulled towards a destiny that was both exhilarating and terrifying. The consequences of Yuzo's actions would be far-reaching, and the outcome was far from certain. But one thing was clear, Yuzo's life would never be the